Welcome to episode 10 of the Success Show podcast, where we dive deep into the stories and expertise of extraordinary individuals shaping the landscape of their respective fields. Today's conversation is with Mr. Lohia, who is an entrepreneur and owns various known restaurants across India like the Nines Mumbai, ONE8 Commune, Neuma, and the Game Palacio, and many more. In this episode, we spoke about a diversity of topics ranging from how he got into the hospitality industry all the way to the importance of keeping a check on your mental and physical well-being. So stay tuned. Before you start watching, please don't forget to like and share this video as well as subscribe to this channel and the Ruhaan Mathreja Shorts channel. Follow me on Instagram at Ruhaan.Mathreja and at the Success Show podcast. Once again, you're watching the Success Show podcast. Enjoy. Hi, Uncle. Thank you so much for being on the show. It's an absolute pleasure to have you finally. I hope you're doing
Yeah,
well.
but yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me and thank you for considering me. And yeah, happy to be here with you.
I hope all well. How's everything at home?
Good, going on. A little bit of, was not feeling too well with my health, but I'm back on track right now. So yeah, that's again, sorry for the delay and things
No,
like
no,
that.
no, no, no worries at all. I completely understand. You have a really busy schedule and stuff like that, especially, handling 5, 7 different restaurants like that. It's pretty impressive. So,
Thank you.
you had sent me this podcast that you
First,
previously did.
first, congratulations on what you're doing. It's
Oh,
very nice and
thank you.
motivating.
Thank you so
And I
much.
hope you inspire many more people and many more kids your age, and
Thank
they go
you.
on to do and they go on to be as focused and disciplined as you are, and spread the kindness and focus that other kids need to have at your age.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Tell me.
So I remember, you shared one podcast of yours that you earlier did. And,
Yes.
you started off by saying that you were a gate manager at a nightclub and now you own all these various places or are big
So,
partners with them.
uh,
So I
so
wanted to
the,
know your
the
journey about it.
so the thing is that I come from a business background. My like a Marwari Rajput from a family business background, and I was not too how do I say at my age not too uh, keen on studies and things like that, But at a point too, it came to my life where my parents wanted to get me into business and into a manufacturing unit, and which I was not really keen on doing so, you know. And then obviously, how do we say you have alterations with your parents because your parents see they always see the good for you, and sometimes at that age you're a rebel and you don't see an eye to eye to what they are thinking and what you want to do in life, right? So eventually I said, okay, I want to do things by my terms and conditions, and that's how when I started doing off events. When I say as a gate manager is that profiling was a very big thing back in the day, and promoting nightclub was a very big thing back in the day. Like hospitality, if it's I would say it was easier before. It's 10 times much more difficult now because the competition is a lot more and people,
Yeah.
how did the people are going a lot more. So what we did is that I used to be the guy standing out the gate profiling who creating a right vibe is the most important thing at a party. The like-minded people are in there. That not too many people who you can share your ideas, dance, and at the same time feel comfortable. So that's how it started off. That I started standing at the gate and profiling. Okay, this is the kind of people who should be let inside and who should not be let inside, which actually created the vibe of the party, and that's how we started becoming our party started becoming viral, and people wanted to come to our parties. So the journey started off with that way. That we had a company called Orion Entertainment. We were six young friends like you at that age, at 18, 19, who came together and started doing events and started promoting clubs. So it's a great journey. Then very interesting incident happened that we went to my friends. We all came from a good background, and we went to a club called Red Light. which was my first incident. They stopped entry over there. They didn't give me entry over there. And we were couples, and we were all of us and the friends, and we were ready to spend money, and we asked, why aren't you allowing us in? So they were just very rude, and I don't know why they said that. Okay, but come back, and I'll make sure you'll be working one day for me. A brash statement like that we made, and God's plan was it that we did take over Red Light. My company did take over Red Light. It was one of the first bars, nightclubs that we ran for 10 years successfully, you know. And
That's great.
the
That's
journey
great.
just started, I think so something is that just destined to grow. And we started, my hospitality journey started from there.
Yeah, how are you liking it so far? I mean, I'm sure you are
I
really
love it.
enjoying it, and I
I
know
don't know
it's
anything
hectic.
else. There's nothing else that I know or I want to do. I enjoy people. I'm also, service is a very big part of my life.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
enjoy food a lot. And, when you see people having a good meal, when you see people going out and appreciating your product, and, when you're able to serve people who are also uh, God's means I'm blessed that we can, provide so much, how do I say, employment to people. So many, we run our families, we run our employers' families, and also people are coming back and having a good experience at ourselves. So I love it, it's great. It's get up,
yeah,
I'm motivated every day. I don't feel like I'm going to work. It's just that it's, you're among food, something which I enjoy a lot. You're among drinks. I don't drink, but like creating, um, an atmosphere where it is
yeah,
nice for people to come and enjoy and let them. There's so many worries. People are always worried about, doing something. So, creating an environment, a space where people can enjoy, just relax and have a conversation is great.
yeah. I'm sure. I mean, I've also seen this happen over the years as well. I remember going to Villa 69. There was this place in Bombay, and
Yeah,
being with you and going on bike rides with
yes,
you and stuff like
yes,
that.
I remember
And
very
to
small.
now,
I still remember you were so excited to sit on my Harley back then. You were
yeah,
such a small kid. I can't imagine that I'm talking to you now face to face as a big grown up boy.
yeah. I mean, I will definitely come to Bombay soon, and I really hope to catch up with you as well.
Would
And
love for
yeah,
that to happen.
yeah. Also, you've had an amazing weight loss, and firstly, congratulations on that. And so, I really wanted to know a bit about that. And can you tell me how you decided
So
that you
it
wanted
was
that change?
so that's a very different story. Like it gave me a lot of weight is something which actually pulls you down. You know,
Yeah,
today I work out for very different reasons. Back then I was working out because I wanted to look good. I was bullied a lot. You know, I was really fat, and I tried to, my surroundings were very different, and I was looked at very differently, you know. So today, one of the few things that I follow, I get up, I make my bed, I do my meditation, I do my affirmation, I do my manifestation, exercise, nutrition, journal, random act of kindness, and breathing. This is my, basically, how do I say, my Bible, this is my consciousness, this is what I follow. But today I
yeah,
work out because I'm emotionally vulnerable. So when you're emotionally vulnerable, you don't have boundaries, all right? But when you look good, when you feel good, when you work out, you start having your emotional boundaries come up, and then that's how you create an atmosphere for yourself, for your mental peace, and to deal with all the stress that you have to deal. So
yeah,
working out now is a very integral part of my life. It is not for looking good or any kind of a validation. It started off with that, but I genuinely believe that everybody should work out or have some kind of activity which helps them balance their life and move forward in a direction which makes them uh, feel good internally.
yeah,
External is good. External, everybody wants to look good. They want to wear good clothes, good brands. But I think so. I'm getting very old. The more I'm getting old, the more I realize there are things that I just plus that I want to buy this. There are things that, oh, I want this. The new iPhone came out, and I was like, oh, I have to have it. I have to have it. But eventually, when I get it, and I'm saying, I was, it's not making a difference to my life, you know.
Yeah.
So I rather spend the money and I rather have those experiences, like have a good meal, go for a good trip, learn something new, you know. So there is a lot of realization which is happening on a daily basis. I think so that is happening on a daily basis. You will realize what you want or what you don't want, you know. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's where my health thing that comes from me, and my advice to everybody is that health is, please take fitness not for the validation point of view, but for your mental well-being and for your well-being on a daily basis. It will add a lot to your life.
Yeah, I think I
Or a
was
sport,
also.
or a sport or something. You have to play a sport or anything that keeps you active and keeps you fit.
Yeah, I think I was also going to touch upon the point of mental well-being and the importance of it, because I know you had mentioned in that podcast that I also listened to, that you went through some mental struggles and mental health challenges.
Yes, yes, as I said to you, because when you are overweight, there is people judge you, and people always you are also in the line that I am. You're always in constant. My friends, like they're celebs, they're industrialists, and your people, influencers, and you are always around so much. How do I say, fitness, and you don't feel good about yourself when you see other people doing that. I was so embarrassed I couldn't even take my shirt. I was so fat that I couldn't take my shirt off and going into a pool. I was embarrassed about this. So there are many things that which affect your mental well-being, right? Plus,
Yeah,
also in the business of hospitality, you always have to be submissive. The customer is the boss. So your contrary to what your nature, your personality is, that you're always, under surrendering, you know. Plus late nights, you don't sleep well with the constant pressure of sales. If people think that, oh, you open up a restaurant and everything is going to be easy, but you have to look into, from your service to your purchase to your marketing to your development. You have to maintain your SOP, your consistency levels. So yeah, so mental health is something which is also in today's day and age, bipolarity, narcissism. These are few things that see on a daily basis. How do you detach? How you are attached but detached from that
yeah,
is a very essential role. That okay, now I'm with you. I'm 100% with you. Like I'm with you. I'm giving you my attention and everything. But I don't want to be attached to you after this. Like I need to know how to detach myself and
and
have
focus
time
on
for
other
myself,
things.
and
Yeah,
have time for myself and not get attached to, get emotionally attached to my results, with whether it's my work, whether it's my friends and things like that. So yeah, these are things that it's also a constant journey. That's why I said awareness, what you want from your life, your Zen mode, that you have to keep aligning yourself. And there will be days you will be struggling. It's not that every day it's going to be hunky dory. There will be great days, and then there will be days that you are going to be struggling a lot. It's very important to step back on that day, breathe, and just think that it's a day. It's not your life, you know. And
yeah,
it's like a quicksand. In quicksand, the more you struggle, you keep going down. So you got to realize that, okay, today is a bad day. Let it pass, and let's not fight it. You can't do much about it. And that day, what I try to do is I try to be very busy that day. The day I'm not feeling good, I reserve myself a meeting of very limited number of people, and I try to be busy. Then I go and try to take a sport. I go to the beach to take a walk, spend time with my dogs, have a good happy meal. It's not, you don't have to be harsh on yourself if you're having a bad day.
yeah.
So do things that will help you recover on the days that you are not feeling good about yourself.
Yeah. Would you say, the you're working out and I think you also box and do MMA, if I'm not wrong?
Boxing is something, Muay Thai is something that I'm
Yeah.
very, very fond of. I'm kind of addicted to it. It basically gives me a compact sport, takes my frustration out, and Also, it makes me agile. I was into a lot of weightlifting before, and also I'm
Mm.
growing old, and I realized that you got to also understand and listen to your body. You know, like
Yeah,
so Muay Thai and boxing is something that I enjoy. You know, you get addicted to some sports, and I love that. You know, it makes me move. It gives me contact. It gives me it hand-eye coordination. It's endurance. I can't run. I have some issues with my leg. You know, my calf issues. So this makes me. It's a sport which, as I said, everybody needs to find their vertical of enjoyment and or
yeah.
sport or gym, and this is something that is my vertical which I love.
Yeah, I think I remember I seeing this photo on your Instagram of you getting a signed glove from Floyd Mayweather as well when he had
Yes,
come to
yes,
India. And I
yes, I
think that
did.
must have made you extremely happy as well because I think
Yeah,
one of
you
the
know,
greatest
see,
champions of the world.
you also have to understand athletes are somebody who they are how do I say they're the beacon of consistency and discipline. I
Yeah,
believe that in life if you want anything, right, you gotta be consistent and disciplined. Most of these guys you see, all the athletes we talk about, whether it's tennis, whether it's football, whether it's cricket, uh, somebody who I'm a big fan of, and I luckily work from his Virat Kohli, the kind of consistency and discipline that he has,
yeah,
that he brings onto the table. Like I'm so enamored that if I can take a leaf out of their book, these guys, boxers, whether it be look at Mike Tyson in about 5 weeks, he's going to be having a fight with
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. So
Yeah,
so you understand, guys uh, are are regularly doing something which is choosing consistency and discipline over going out and partying and drinking and doing these things. So I get really excited when I meet athletes and people who are doing so well in their fields. And it
yeah,
basically just gives me motivation and it just makes me feel that, okay, I got to be on this path and I got to be doing the same things uh, and reach my goal, you know.
yeah. I think I completely agree with you, because I've been growing up playing tennis and I've been always,
Yeah,
wanting to watch all these athletes, right from Federer being my idol
yeah,
to even other sports like cricket, like you mentioned Kohli, for
yeah.
example, or Rohit Sharma. So I think I completely agree. The discipline they have, the commitment they have is something that everyone should look up to, even if it's not in the sports industry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I also wanted to divert a bit and talk about you've also acted in few movies, right?
Well, that's something which is just happened out of how do I say, out of like just being present at some place because of my friends. I have no inclination of acting. I never wanted to act, but I became very close friends. Who's still my one of my closest friends and my mentor, Abhishek Kapoor. I love him. He's a brother. He was making a movie and I'm a massive Sanjay Dutt fan. He's the alpha male of all the males. Not primarily because he's an actor, just his personality, his swag. I'm a 80s kid. So for 80, if you ask for 80s kid, and everybody is like Sanjay Dutt, like everybody wanted to idolize him, and everybody wanted to be like him. So I was there, and just one thing led to another. But acting is something which I never wanted to do. It just happened, and means I'm glad that I had a experience of it, and I have some of my closest friends are from the industry, and hats off to them. It's a very difficult line.
Yeah,
We see the glamour behind it, but I see the struggle, the fitness, the kind of hard work they got to do it, the
hmm,
rejection they got to face, and it's how do I say, even being a star, it comes with so many things. They lose their freedom. They're constantly on people's eye. So as I said, yeah, everybody has their own battles, and everything comes with good, and some comes with bad. Like one
yeah,
of my things in hospitality is uh, at 2 o'clock at night, also at 3 o'clock at night, also I get a message from people. Uh, mm, like, oh, are you up? Your place is open. You want to come out and party? So as I said, every business has their good points and their bad points.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually something which just happened by luck, and it's something that I don't want to pursue, or I don't even really. I
Intend
don't
on,
know
yeah.
how I did it. I don't even know how I did it. I'm so shy in front of, like, even doing this for me.
Yeah,
It's
you told me this.
I'm not very too comfortable in front of the camera, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I remember because when I texted you saying I'd love to have you on the show, you're like, oh my God, this is not my
yeah,
plate. And, but
yeah.
sure, I'll do it. So
Yeah,
also,
means
I mean,
as I just said, like, I also want to step out of my comfort zone. Even this is something which uh, is not uncomfortable, but as I said, I want to keep challenging myself and doing things, even
yeah,
things that I don't want to do. And you're doing something for such a good cause. If I, as I said, even if I will be able to inspire one person through my
yeah,
story, it's uh, something I feel is valuable and nice that I can do with
yeah.
my life.
I'm
Yeah.
100% sure there will be even that one person who will look up to you in some way or the other. So
Well,
that
yes,
is something for sure.
you know, as I said that also I am not attached to my end result. As I
Hmm.
said, I get up in the morning and I know my intent towards my work and towards the people that I'm meeting. It's 100%. And
Yeah.
I used to be a people pleaser for a very long time. Now I am just doing what my heart says, and if I feel it, if my conscience is right, and I still can't say no to a lot of people, you know. But then as I said, like, I don't retaliate if I don't get the right energy. I remove myself from that space. I just, like, I divert from that place. I just go away from the place, and I've become also very selective about what I'm doing, where am I going, where am I spending my time, and things like
Hmm.
that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know you haven't had much experience in the Bollywood industry, but I think one thing I really wanted to ask you was your experience with Salman Khan. You worked alongside him in one of the movies he
Well,
did, I think Jai Ho.
that whole family is so warm. That whole family from I'm very close to Sohail. Okay,
Hmm.
Sohail and Abbas, but actually I'm very close to the whole family. I was only 19 when I had an interaction with them, and it's about 20 years that I'm friends with them. Maybe 15 years plus. I don't really remember that I'm friends with them, but those
Hmm.
guys are very nice, very warm. If you meet if you meet Salman Bhai at his home, you will say he's not even a star, he's just one of us. He jokes, he's very nice. You go to their house from Salim Uncle to Salman Bhai, Sohail Bhai, they'll make sure that there's always food at your place, and on your plate. They'll make sure that you're always eating well. They'll always make sure that you're well taken care of. So yeah, means those I've had the uh, I don't even think of them as, I've had the privilege of spending time with them. And,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't say that only for Salman Khan, I say that for every single family member of the Khan family that I've interacted with them. And I know a lot of people through them. They're very kind. They're very nice. They're very kind. Uh, I've had some of the best times with them while growing up.
Yeah.
The kids, Nirvan and Aran, now I look at them, they were basically what you were to me, like when I met you. They were that young,
Yeah.
they used to sit on they're growing up, they're so big, and all of them, they've become so big and they're doing so well for themselves. So it's nice. Life's
Yeah.
the whole circle.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
glad. I mean, thank you for sharing that experience in particular with me.
yeah,
It was something I was
yeah.
really curious about, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean,
And
they're very nice. All the whole,
yeah.
I'm not talking about especially Salman, but I'm talking about every single member that I know in that family.
Hmm. So my podcast, of course, as you know, is called the Success Show. So I really
Yes.
wanted to ask you what your definition of success is, because you've been running restaurants like Neuma, ONE8 Commune, Game Palacio, etc. So what would you define success as?
See, my again I said my definition of success uh, is firstly you gotta stay humble. You know, in whatever you know to and stay true to your work. Okay. I want to, as I said, I want to get up and I want to be motivated to work every day, and that's success for me. I don't want to feel like, oh, I'm going to work. You know, I well, when you're honest to the work that you're doing, you're honest to the people that you are critical in a very positive way about if you can, like if you come to my restaurant and I value your opinion and tell you, okay, you say, Suvaid, I don't think this was nice, and I work on it, okay, and I stay humble and I'll be able to make positive changes in my workspace. That is success for me, you know. So
Yeah.
as I said, I want to be motivated on a daily basis, and it doesn't matter about the brand. It's the DNA of the work that I bring to the table on a daily basis, whether it's ONE8, whether it's Neuma, whether it's Game Palacio, whether it's Nines, or when any other place that I do, is that I want to be consistent and disciplined with what I do and bring onto the table on a daily basis. So that's success for me. And the
Yeah.
liberty to do it at a way where I don't feel obligated towards my work.
Yeah. So, a lot of guests who have asked, they've always said that this is actually the first time like, first type of definition I'm hearing about, motivation is success for me. A lot of people have told me
Yeah.
that, doing what you love and stuff like that is what really keeps you happy. And that's what I define success as. But then when I just, spoke to you, you just told me that just the fact that I'm motivated is just more than enough as success for me, which is really inspiring and
It's
something
like,
unique I've heard
as I
about.
said, as I said, like uh, if I can help today another person, I'm at a stage where I can help somebody, right?
Yeah,
To even maybe it doesn't matter how big the help is, right? It's like if I'm at a stage where I can help somebody, that's success for me. You know, where I can make a difference in somebody's life is success for me. Being kind is my biggest motto in life, right? Because I
hmm,
have been in dark phases, and not today, you today, there are many people from a very young age to a very old age, they feel very lonely. You know, in a crowded room, they still feel very lonely. And if you can be, if you can make a difference in their life, you can be a kind. You don't know what actually you say or do can make a difference in people's life. So yes,
yeah,
that is a major definition of success for me. You know.
yeah. I think I
Yeah.
completely agree with you on that, and that's also definitely a new perspective for me. So thank you for that. And I wanted to ask you a bit about your beliefs, and you're a big believer of Hanuman, and you believe a lot in kindness and giving back to society.
Yes.
So can you tell me a bit
Yes.
about how that's impacted your life, and just a bit about the belief?
As I said, like my whole conversation that I've been having with you is the DNA that I have inculcated or created for myself. It's an ecosystem that I've created for myself, right?
Yeah,
Um, Hanuman was, he was known for his service to Ramji, you know, the Hindu mythology. Am I religious? No, I'm not religious, but I do believe in karma. I do believe in service. I do believe in random acts of kindness. You know, I do believe that if you can spread smile, we every day have so much pressure. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about everybody in life. We have so much pressure, right? And
yeah,
um, I have also been rude. It's not that I haven't been rude, but I realized that, oh, I was rude today, and then I try to go make amend with that person. And obviously, we are not a saint. You know, we will have good days. I don't know. You know, sometimes I come to work and I've had a fight with my mother, or I had some stressful altercation at work. You know, or you get these 100 Vodafone calls or these calls by bank. It just gets irritating. You know, and
yeah,
immediately somebody comes to you and says hi Suved, and I snap, you know. But the very fact of me realizing that, oh, I have snapped today, you know, and then I say, okay, listen buddy, I'm sorry, I was not in a good frame of mind, and I had that interaction with you, is I apologize. So, as I said, we need to Hanuman. Again, the reason I'm close to him is because he believes in the act of service and his kindness. He devoted his whole life towards service, and I enjoy that a lot. You know, when I can do
Yeah.
something for people. It started off at a very wrong way because I was an overweight kid. As I said, I was a yes man. It started off for pleasing people to fit into the people. But as I grew confidence, as I started realizing, I said, when you can do even a smallest thing for somebody and without any expectation, it brings you a lot of joy. It may be feeling
Yeah.
that I am doing something for people, but actually it brings me a lot of joy that I can affect somebody's life even in a small way, in a way where it's self love, uh, where you're able to impact somebody in a way
Yeah.
that helps them grow. So that's something for me brings a lot. And you know, when you are kind to someone, you know, just like when you're leaving, say a restaurant, and you just say somebody, thank you for your service, or thank you for being, you know, nice to me. It just brings a smile on their face, you know.
Yeah.
And eventually, when you're going and sitting, I'll tell you, try this thing, you know, like buy some chocolates or buy some ice cream on a hot day and just give it to kids. And maybe that day you might have earned a lot of money, but the joy that you will get from giving that ice cream to the you know, like kids, they probably
Yeah.
will not even say anything to you.
Yeah.
They'll just take that ice cream and run away. But you know, you will be smiling. You're just saying, okay, you know, you impacted them. You know, they're on the street, it's hot. We walk for five. You know, we come from such blessed house and we walk out for 10 minutes and we say, oh, we feel the heat. These guys on the streets,
The whole
you know,
day.
living a very stressful life, and then we
Yeah.
just give them ice cream and they're so happy. So yeah, this is something which it's a feeling. I can't really define this or I can't really talk about it. It's just that when you inculcate this becomes a part of your DNA, you will understand that you it's a feel good factor. You know,
Yeah.
you
Definitely.
today I do things to feel good, not to look good, to get a good intent. Means I don't even want accolades, to be honest. I don't even want people to or do. I just do it. You know, it's just in the DNA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, even for me, since sixth grade, we've had this thing called CAS, which is Community Action and Service, where we have to kind
yeah,
of give back to society. It's compulsory for school and university. So, for me, originally, it kind of started off as, it's something interesting, but I'm not sure if I really want to give too much time to it. And over the years, as I've been doing it and as I've been, growing 11th grade now, I've just
yeah,
realized that, there is so much more joy in just like doing it for the sake of doing it. But if
yeah.
when you're actually doing it, when you're enjoying it and you're putting smiles on other people's faces, it's something that gives you, it's actually definitely a feel good factor, and it gives you that sense of satisfaction. So I can
No, I
completely,
know your
relate.
I know your parents very well, and I have not interacted with you for a very long time, but I've seen you coming from school to the restaurants, and I'm, you know, like looking at you. You've grown up very well, and I can also just understand that this is the culture that, you know, we need to inculcate, you know, into our
Yeah.
kids and into the future generation. And I don't know. I think so. You might be you're 14, 15.
I'm
How old are you?
16. I'll be 17 in November.
Yeah. So you're basically almost 25 years younger than me, you know. But I feel a connect with you. You know, the only reason I feel a connect with is your kind. I know your parents. They brought you up so well. You know, and you are trying to make a difference. I also remember you calling me and telling me Raj Shamani, somebody that you look forward
Yeah.
to.
Yes.
And
Yes.
he has inspired you to do these podcasts. It's
Yes.
great that you have a role model, you know, today.
Yeah.
Whether it's Raj or whether it's an athlete or anybody. So similarly, I would say my role model is Hanumanji from the
Hmm.
mythology. Instead
Yeah.
of praying to him, I've taken the act of service, and I
Yeah.
want to serve people. You know, and I'm saying I'm more than successful. I think so. I'm more blessed because
Yeah.
karma and energy comes to you when you are least expected. I'm telling you, there have been certain days. and I was having this conversation as recent as yesterday. I was going. Last month has been very difficult for me with my health wise. Um, I've fought certain diseases which just you if you occur you say the name, it creates panic in the house. And I'm just saying, I just maintained my faith and I just maintained my distance. So today I have almost got rid of all of these things, and I'm on the path. So as I said to you,
That's really
coming
great.
back, just coming back to stay true to what you are. It's not
Yeah.
necessary. People will always judge you, whether you're doing good, whether you're doing bad. Unfortunately, we are always going to be under the scan of the people. But what you need to answer is the person that when you're brushing your teeth, you're meeting the person in the eye. Am I is my conscious right? Have I done? You will make mistakes. Not it's not that you're not going to make mistakes. Is consciously have you try to hurt anybody? If you have hurt him, do you have the courage to go up to the person and say, listen, I was not in the right frame of mind and doing, making
Hmm.
amends. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is where I'm trying to tell you. This is what we need to follow, and this is what you are following. So I'm very proud of you for that too.
Thank you so much. And I hope to, carry on this and, possibly spread it to my
And you
friends
will,
as
you
well.
should, if you don't get off track. If you do, I'm sure you are speaking to many people. Always have somebody that you can go and have a conversation with. And
Yeah.
as I said, the day you feel uh, it's a heavy day, step back. Don't fight it. Don't get into a part of a quicksand, and you'll come back. You realign
Yeah.
yourself and come back.
Yeah.
Failure is something that we shouldn't worry from. Failure is something that teaches you a lot.
Yeah.
Please fail. And I still do fail. There's one project which I'm coming up. I'm very nervous about it. But at the end of the day, I'm saying when I look back into my career, I said failures has made me reach where I am today. You know, I
Exactly. Yeah.
failed 100 times, and but I've never given up. You know, uh,
Hmm.
so don't worry about the outcome. Worry about giving your best input about the outcome.
Yeah.
Make sure that everything that you know that you have done that to achieve that particular result. And after that you fail, then it's okay. Life will definitely present you with another opportunity and another chance
Yeah.
to grow and to reach where you have to.
Definitely. So lastly, I just had one thing to ask you is, how do you see the future of the hospitality industry in India, particularly, and what advice would you give someone, who's
It's
starting or?
always going to be growing. Something is something that, as I said, food, entertainment is something that, unfortunately in India, there is not much extracurricular activities,
Hmm.
So, what do you want? Religion, cricket, food, now your generation, is getting into sports, but what do you do? The infrastructure in India, not dissing my city, but or
Yeah.
the place where we are staying in, we don't have much things to do besides going out and eating. We don't. The weather over here, the parks are not that great. The safety is
Yeah.
not that great. The beaches are not that clean. Though we are taking as like the government and the people are working towards it, but it's a process.
Yeah.
We have created this society, this environment we have only created, and it's going to take a while for to rectify it, right?
Hmm.
So until it doesn't get rectified, until we don't see that growth and we don't become environmental friendly, going out, eating out is going to be a big part of everybody's culture, and we are a community. Look at us, Indians are the communities are so big. There's so
Yeah.
many festivals. Just last month, there's Ganpati, there is Navratri, now Diwali. So it's very communal. So, and
Hmm.
what do we do? And humans are social. If you read about the book Homo sapiens, they want to meet, they want to socialize, they want to interact with people, and how do they do it? Over drinks and food. So,
Yeah.
hospitality is going to grow. My only advice to people is please know your demographics. Just don't do it because people are doing it. It's a very tough business.
Yeah.
It's not easy, and it seems that, oh, he opened up a restaurant and it is a success. It is not that. You have to put in a lot of hard work and blood and sweat behind it. You have to understand what it is. So please educate yourself. Not only in hospitality, educate yourself in
Any
whatever you're doing.
industry. Yeah.
Yeah, anything that you're getting into it. Understand it. Uh, and know the pros and cons of it, and then get into it.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And to
Yeah.
end this podcast, I just wanted to do a quick rapid fire round with you. I'll
So
be
let's
just
go for
telling you 8 to
let's
10
go
things and you
for
just have to tell me. Yeah.
Okay, let's
What's the
go for
favorite
it.
restaurant that you've worked with? I know you have many, but if you had to choose one,
Where I worked with all these,
it can be even, being a partner for it or, some fond memories from that particular restaurant.
so means one of my favorite restaurants that I loved is Curry Tales. Was
Hmm.
regional food. It was South food, which it was something very different that I dabbled on it. I'm going to get back that brand. I'm going to definitely get that brand back to it. But yeah, it's like asking a mother to choose between the kids. I love all
Yeah.
my restaurants.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I used to get emotionally attached to it, but currently I love working with the brand ONE8. It's
Hmm.
it has given me a lot of exposure. It's given me a lot of things to learn with, and we are growing rapidly. We are about 12 right now in Pan India. We're opening more. So yeah,
Yeah.
ONE8 and curry is something that I am very close to. Yeah.
That's great. What's your favorite dish? I know, I mean, foodies can't choose one specific thing, but at the
Dal
top of
chawal,
your
Baba.
mind.
Dal chawal. It's almost 24. Like I love ghar ka khana. Dal chawal is something that with eating with my hands, achar, ghee, dal chawal is something that you give me 24/7 and I'm happy with it.
That's a pretty surprising answer, to be honest. Being such a big foodie, the most basic and staple food is dal chawal.
But trust me, that hits the spot and how. It just makes you happy.
Hmm. Uh,
Yeah.
if you had to start, one business tomorrow apart from being in the hospitality industry, what would it be?
Uh, it's tricky. Um, I really, I'm not really given a thought about it. But given the way the generation is moving, I would want to do something which is related with apps, or which is basically
Tech, software.
tech related. Because now you see tech related stuff, businesses are growing, and that's why you can actually make a lot of money to get the thing right. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember, you were a big bike lover. Like we spoke about the Harley Davidson and stuff like that. So, what's your favorite bike if you had to choose one of them?
Currently I'm riding a BMW GS 1250. It's a sports cruiser and everything. So
Hmm.
that's what I enjoy riding it right now. But there is no, as I said, there is no end to this. You'll keep there's a new bike coming out on a daily basis, and you will see loving. But somewhere the American in me, like the Harley, I still love the Harley. Unfortunately, the roads in India don't allow it, but I still
Hmm.
do love Harley Davidson.
Yeah.
It's like the
If
Ford
you,
Mustang of the bikes.
yeah. If
Yeah,
you had to write one book, what would it be about?
kindness. Uh, Definitely, it
Nine
would
for
just be
that.
about.
Yeah.
I would write about kindness and how it impacts people's life. Love
Hmm.
and kindness, and how you need to spread that and talk about it.
Yeah. If you won, say, $10 million tomorrow, what would you spend it on?
Probably I would make sure that I would have a secure lifestyle, and then I would spend it on animals, and
Yeah.
creating a channel where I could give employment towards people and look after for animals. I'll keep a
Hmm.
part where I can make sure that I have a secure lifestyle, and then after the investments made properly, I would definitely create a channel where I can help animals and give employment
Mhm.
to people who require it and need it, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's really great.
Yeah.
Also, if you had to choose another occupation apart from being an entrepreneur, what would it be?
I really don't think so. Besides food and hospitality, I know anything else. Um, Maybe something to do with travel. I love traveling, you
Mhm.
know. So maybe something to do with traveling, but or adventure. I'm an adventure junkie. Uh, Adventure, travel, animals, something related to that.
That's really great. And lastly,
Yeah.
what's one book you would recommend for me or my age group to read?
There's one book which uh, uh, I have loved reading, and it's my favorite book still. It's The Kite
Mhm.
Runner by Khalid Hosseini. It's a
I've heard of that.
very beautiful book. Uh, yeah, it's not that way. It's nothing that you're going to learn much from it, but
Mhm.
it's a beautiful storytelling book. It's something that really touches you, and I that was one book I couldn't keep it down. I was reading it 24/7, 365. And the other book which I feel it's a Bible. It's The Godfather, Mario
Okay.
Puzo. It's a great series and things like that. But if you actually read it, it has a lot of values. If every time you read it, it's like a Bible. It teaches you something different. You know,
Yeah.
you know, and it's a very difficult. The other book, I don't know. Even still date, I read only one page. It's the Bhagavad Gita but the enunciation is by Shri Paramahansa. So I
Yeah.
read one chapter or two chapters daily on a daily basis.
Mhm.
Sometimes the same chapter. I have that book for 10 years with me, and I'm still not able to finish it. And I'm sometimes reading the same chapter again and again. It's a very complicated book, but it teaches you a lot of things in life. It's about Krishna
Yeah.
consciousness, realization, how you are connected with your oneself. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for joining me and taking out time from your busy schedule, and
Not at all.
it really means a lot to me.
I wish you a lot of luck. Keep
Thank you so
inspiring
much.
people, and you have definitely inspired me. I hope to see you soon. My regards to
Yes.
your family. They are very sweet. Your mom I'm very fond of. I keep joking with her, and you've grown up to be a very good kid. And I hope you make a
Thank you.
difference, and I hope you keep doing what you love. And good luck to you.
Yes,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
Thank you so
All right.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.